tried to make you tough. I tried to make you hard.
Oh, I had you all wrong then, though. 'Cause all this time I thought you just liked fucking and beating up little boys.
You two motherfuckers are gonna burn in hell. You're gonna burn in hell.
Yeah, and after you.
Welcome back to the Bad Potatoes Podcast. I'm Roy. Down below is Travis. And to the left, top left, is guy copying my outfit, Michael Banda.
This outfit's sick.
It is. It's a good outfit.
For people that can't see, we're wearing a flannel, white tee, gold chain,
And a hat.
and a hat,
And glasses.
and glasses,
And a goatee.
and goatee, and mustache combo.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's pretty sexy though.
You guys are like twins.
Yeah,
Twinsies.
hot ones.
Very.
All right. So, this week we watched Sleepers, 1996. It got a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
So what did it get on the IMDb?
7.5.
And I wonder what it's going to get on the potato meter.
Well, it's probably going to get a certified mash.
Hey, don't put that in the frame. We're not sponsored by DP.
Oh, what's the
Brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Looks so big in your hand.
And if anyone from Dr. Pepper is listening, sponsor us. I'll
You
drink
drink
so
a lot.
much. I'll drink so much till I die.
Yeah, he
I'll
will.
do it for you.
If
on
he
air.
doesn't wish he was dead from kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
Dr.
I'll record myself
Dr.
peeing 'em
Pepper flavored kidney stones.
Ugh. So
It's a new candy.
I've seen this movie quite a few times. It's one of me and my brother's favorite movies. Like, it's a classic movie for us. Travis, I believe you've seen it before too, once.
I hadn't seen it probably since I was a teenager, and it was when you brought it up last week. That's why I got so stoked, because I had literally just thought of it like 4 days prior, and like Wikipedia'd it, because I was like, "What the fuck was the name of that movie?" And so I'm stoked we got to watch it this week.
Awesome. And you, Michael? This
That
is your
was,
first
that was my first time. I never even heard of it.
crazy.
It's really good.
I just love the ambience of like back in the day in New York City, mob bosses, friends growing up, no cell phones.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more mafia mob from what the beginning was playing out.
No, but it does tie into that a little bit. I mean, not by much, but yeah, it starts off with four friends. I think they're like, what, 13, 14?
13, 14.
Yeah.
Tommy, John, Michael, and Shakes.
Yeah, Shakes, also known as Lorenzo Carcata, who just so happens to be the writer of the book. That's his real name.
Also, according to him, based off of his real life experiences. Even though he got disproven many a times, he still holds to that really happened. He just changed the names of the people and location.
Yeah, I didn't know that until after the movie, the little credits
Yeah,
played. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
but I don't get why he would lie about that. A
Fame.
traumatizing event. He's already famous from the
To
book.
sell more. He says the book's real. That's the thing. He's trying to... If it's a real life story, that makes it more appealing to read than just a fiction book.
Yeah. So it starts off young kids, raised in Hell's Kitchen. I think it's 1967. Shakes is like the narrator of it all. He's like the voice of the movie. He's just telling the story of like what's him and his friends are gonna get into. Like it basically shapes their future lives. You learn that King Benny runs Hell's Kitchen. He's like the mob boss of the place. His dad is sitting down at a haircut salon place, and he's telling him the story of King Benny about revenge. Like, waiting for revenge is the shit. It's like that's how he made his name, King Benny. Um, which leads into Shakes hearing about him, wanting to get respect that way, because they're just nice kids, So he wants to work for him, and at first, King Benny feels like he has no use to him, but he's pretty persistent and witty. Shakes is, so he likes that about him, and he's like, "All right, come back tomorrow, and we could talk about it." And yeah, you can start working basically right away. So Shakes becomes a delivery kid. Like, you basically it never really implied what it was.
It was
Like,
money.
It was money.
He was picking up the money that was owed to him.
Got it. Okay, so
That's why those dudes hold him up in the alley, and the old man kills him.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. He's like, "Give me the bag," and he's like, "Run!" and just kills those two kids. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
that.
that was funny because he was just like, he's like, "Oh yeah," just pulls out the gun.
Yeah,
He's like, "You're not so smart anymore, huh? This make you dumb."
I think
Yeah.
him.
And then that's when he like makes the realization that like this is serious shit. And he runs back to King Benny and he tells him, "I need my friends. I need my friends with me. I can trust these kids because I've known them half my life," which I thought was funny too because it was like they're 12, 13. So he recruits his friends and they all become delivery dudes. And that comes into what those kids are doing, how they know each other, and they know each other through the church. They all attend church, the same church, and actually volunteer to help. Well, Shakes and John, I believe, are the altar boys,
Mhm.
right? And then they grow a very close bond with their the father, Bobby, who's Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro is kind of like their father figure because their dads are, well, John's dad isn't there, and then Shake's dad is a
This is a piece of shit.
piece of shit. Yeah, he's just
And then Father Bobby, growing up, was just like these kids too. He was a hellion and ran the streets and was just like them, but then found the cloth and became the priest.
Yep. So they look up to him, and Father Bobby finds out that they're working for King Benny, and he says, he's not like an asshole. He's not like their dad, so you can't tell him what to do. So he's trying to give them the best advice using like God as like a example, and the Bible. So they really look up for him. Summer 1967, some time goes by. The accident happens, which changes their life. They're on the rooftop thinking about what they want to do, how they're going to eat, and they talk
Dude,
about
that seems so fun though. Like back in the day, no phones. Like they're just running wild streets of New York. There's suntanning or like tanning and on top of a roof, and they just want some hot dogs, and they have some kind of little trick to get their free hot dogs and stuff, and
which is so weird because it's like, if I was a kid doing that, I'd be doing it all the time.
Well, they did. That's what they talk about.
Whose turn
That's
is
why,
it?
Yeah, that's why Shakes was the one who got made to do the actual running, because everyone else had already done it last week or whatever, so now it's his turn.
Yeah, but I feel like the vendors would know. But for the sake of the movie, they have no idea what's coming. So they have this little scheme where one person will go up to the vendor, buy a hot dog, quote unquote, and when he hands him his hot dog, he'll run away with it. And the vendor can either make chase and get his money's worth from the kid, or leave in the cart free, and then, or he could stay and like, make his or accept his losses. But in this case, Shakes runs away. The vendor is very persistent, and he takes off chasing him. So the other kids go and have their fill of the hot dogs and soda and stuff. Quickly, Shakes learns that this guy's not given up, and he's chasing them forever. And Shakes makes his way back to the cart with the other kids, and they have an idea. It's like a kind of a half-ass idea, and they take it to a subway stair. What's it called? Like a subway entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they think it would be a good idea to hold the cart, the vendor cart, which is very heavy. They discuss it because they're filled with propane.
Well, no, what they're doing is they've stolen the hot dogs, and then they're going to play a prank on the guy and hide his cart. And then not realizing they weren't strong enough to make it stay at the top of the stairs.
They weren't going to hide it. They're going to make it.
They were
So
going to hide it, but then they said, never mind, let's put it on the edge of the stairs, so when he comes and tries to grab it, we let go, and then, like, it kind of will pull him or whatever.
Yeah, and then that goes completely wrong because they slip towards the edge of the staircase, and it starts falling, and then it continues falling. And the vendor catches up with them, sees what's happening, and he can't do anything about it. The cart's already over the edge, and it just so happens to smash this dude that's coming out from the subway, and he isn't dead, but he's in critical condition.
I was reading some stuff about that, like trying to find some tidbits, and apparently they call that guy elderly. He's an elderly old man, and I was like, "Damn, dude, that's like he's like 4 years older than me." Like, fuck you, 1920s,
We're getting
60s.
there, dude.
No. Don't.
So what happens after that? They all get in trouble. Shakes doesn't get as in much trouble because he got there after they planned to take the cart, and so he gets 6 months less time than the other boys, which is about a year, and they have to go to this reform school, Wilkinson.
Yep.
Wilkinson's reform school, and yeah, shit just gets nasty after that.
Well, they once they get into that reform school, the first thing he has to do first day is undress.
Show the guard his dick.
Yeah, the guard is Noakes and played
Kevin
by
Bacon.
And God, my girlfriend hates Kevin Bacon. And when I tried to let her watch this movie,
I said, nope.
she's like, dude, I really hate Kevin Bacon, and now he's a creep, and I hate him even more. And she couldn't even finish the movie.
It
Which
was,
bothered me.
it was a horror movie for sure. It was way worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, so like,
But really good.
yeah. So this a little bit of time passes by. Michael, the ladies' man of the group,
Yep.
not you, dude.
Oh,
Definitely not you.
oh, okay.
Michael, who's played by older Brad Pitt later on
Yeah.
in the movie.
It's Brad Renfro.
What?
The kid actor is Brad Renfro.
Oh,
And
look at you
older
knowing
one is
things about little
Brad
kids.
Pitt.
Brad Renfro was a huge teen star before he OD'd and died.
Oh, did he?
It was OD or suicide.
Oh, shoot.
Mm.
Sad. R.I.P.
So, that little bit of where Shakes has to undress in front of Kevin Bacon, or I should say Noakes. Sorry, not actually Kevin Bacon. That was just like a sneak peek of like how bad it was gonna get, or how bad it is gonna get, and they're just looking for an excuse to get these kids into trouble. And it's a reform school filled with a bunch of troublemakers already, and they're in the cafeteria, and this bully, this huge kid, like picks on Michael, drops his food, and then tells him, like, I don't like you. So Michael punches him in the face, causes a huge scene. um, Noakes, the security guard that works there, uses this as an excuse to demeanor these boys. So he breaks it up, tells them all to sit back down except the kids. Then he makes them eat their food off the ground. And then from there on, this is weird.
So that night he gets the boys out of their room, and they're all drinking on the job. Him and 3 other guards, and they take him down to the basement where they party while the kids are sleeping or whatever, and then makes them all face the wall and makes Michael give him a blowjob.
Yep. And then they kind of get the idea of what's going to be going on afterwards. It's a common occurrence in the movie.
And then if he doesn't do it, the other guards start beating his friends.
Jeez Louise. A little more time goes on by. Oh, no. And that event just so happened to be on a memorable day for Shakes because it was his 14th birthday.
Yep.
And a little time goes by. They're kind of just like defeated already. And the mom doesn't want to come visit Shakes because she can't handle it. And the dad is too busy. John's mom is also in the same position.
No. Shakes' parents, he doesn't want them to come.
Oh.
He tells them not to come. And then John and Tommy's parents just aren't around. Or something like that.
Yeah. So the only person to visit, is Father Bobby. And that's when you learn that Father Bobby had gone to that school before. So he also tells Shakes is the one that talks to him and says, it's probably not a good idea that you come here anymore. Come visit me. And he gets kind of suspicious, but I don't know if the same activities were happening when he was going to the school. So he doesn't know. A little time goes by. Mikey, sorry about this. Oh, yeah. So this moment goes on. Mikey, the other kid, is playing this football game, and he's trying to recruit this kid named Rizzo. And in this football
guards
game,
versus the kids.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine. So it's kind of like the longest yard type thing, where it's like, yeah, we could get our hits in on the guards finally, And he's talking to this kid named Rizzo to play because they want to win and beat them, So they have like this really epic football game between the kids and the guards.
But Rizzo doesn't want to join because he has it kind of like easy at the school. He doesn't want to cause any rifts because his time is going good.
And he's almost out of there, I think is what he says. His time is
going to be up soon.
Yeah, but the reward of hitting the guards is too good.
The intrigue.
Yeah. And he ends up playing, and they end up getting their licks in and winning the game. And the guards don't take kindly to losing. So they beat the shit out of all the kids, all 4 of the kids, and they put him in the hole. I don't know how long it was, but they put him in a while. Like they break him even more than they're already broken.
When they beat Rizzo to death.
Yes.
And then tell his parents that he caught pneumonia and died, but wouldn't let him see the body.
Mm-hmm. Around spring of 1967, Shakes gets out because he has that 67. I swear it's 67. Oh, whatever.
Well, he started in 67, and then a whole year goes by.
But he wasn't in for a whole year, remember? He was only in for 6 months.
I know, but the spring is early 68.
Okay, all right. So Shakes gets out 6 months earlier. And he's talking to the other boys, John, Tommy, and what was the other guy's name? John Tommy and Michael, thank you. And he wants to spread the word of what's going on outside, like, or what's going on in the inside. So he's like, I'm gonna get people in here and investigate, you know. And then the boys' pride is too high. They don't want anyone to know. So he's like, they all come to the conclusion that it's just best to keep it to ourselves, like let it be. Which I don't know if I could do that.
You gotta remember the times. It's like anything, even if it's not your fault, if it was anything homosexual, anyone found out you were, you know, fucking dudes or getting fucked by a dude, especially at that young age where you're trying to be a man, would ruin you.
It's very unfortunate. So,
I mean, still to this day, that's how it happens.
Yeah. So after he gets out, he doesn't say anything. They just kind of grow up with it, and the boys get out, you know, 6 months later and endure a lot more, which causes them to grow up. And it's now fall of 1981, and you're following John and Tommy. Well, you don't know it's John and Tommy just yet, but they've grown into cold-blooded killers.
They started the West Side Boys.
Yeah, started a gang called the West Side Boys, and they're just out and about, you know, in Hell's Kitchen. And they walk into this bar, order a drink, get some food, and while they're hanging out there, they see an old friend. And the old friend just so happens to be Noakes, the fucking security guard from the prison. Or the reform school.
Well, he's gonna go to the bathroom and he sees him eating and just like freezes there because he's like not having flashbacks, but just like he's seen a ghost.
They just in disbelief that this man
is
sitting here in front of him after all these years. I like that line where he goes, "Can I help you?" He's like, "No, not yet."
Yeah, it's like, you know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to point out that you see him alone in this like diner eating the meatloaf, and he looks like shit. So his life
sucks.
You know, kind of sucks. You know, he's a fucking piece of shit. And
I think he was still a prison guard too. I was trying to read his
it looked
patch
like,
on his shoulder.
I was gonna say when he got shot, or you could see he's wearing a jacket that's like security or something.
Yeah, I forget where he was working. It says in the movie. I just blanked it for some reason. So, yeah, like Michael said, he goes back. John goes back to Tommy and tells him, look who it is. Look who's sitting over there. And that baffles him as well. And they decide to give him a visit. They go to his table and blow his mind, basically, and literally as well. They tell him who they are, and he acts like Noakes acts like it's like, cool, what the fuck do you guys want? You know, like he just kind of blanked it out of his head, or sort of seemed like he didn't do anything at all, which is so weird.
Well, according to those dudes, they didn't do anything wrong.
True.
Oh yeah,
they're making the boys tough, in their words.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to say, is I'm trying to make you tough. Well, that's after they threaten him with a gun. And he tries to get his way out of it. He's like, oh yeah, I was just trying to help you guys out. So yeah, they end up shooting him under the table and shoots him right in the dick. Or so it's implied. I think they shot him in the dick.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because his gun's like on his thigh, and then he shoots. Like it's pointing at... They're all sitting down, and he points it at Kevin Bacon on his thigh, and then shoots from the thigh. So yeah, I'm guessing it shoots him right in the pee-pee.
It would miss mine, dude.
You would have moved it, or?
No, it's just so small. Yeah, so anyway, they shoot him dead. They both shoot him 3 times, and then the last shot's in the head. And yeah, they get convicted. They get sent to jail or prison, and they reach out to Shakes, grown Shakes.
No.
No.
Michael finds out because he's now the assistant DA of Hell's Kitchen. He finds out they're in jail for who they killed, and he reaches out to Shake saying it's time. I'm going to blow this case in order to get all these men to, suffer the consequences, and we can get them all now. And then also save their friends from
Being
life.
sent to prison life. Yeah. So this big plan unfolds that Michael has that he's been working on behind closed doors for a while now, it seems. And Shakes is just kind of like, how long have you been working on this, And he's like, dude, I'm going to become the lawyer. And what was it? He's not trying to defend them. He's actually, what's it called? What's it called when you're on the other side of the defendant? Prosecutor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a prosecutor, so he's like he's the mastermind of it all. So he's trying to make it seem very real, like it's what's that line where
Hold on a second. I gotta plug my headset in.
uh-oh.
Stand by for technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Michael's trying to pretty much sabotage it, but in a very smart way.
Yeah, there's a word for it. I can't remember it though. Perjury?
Collusion.
Collusion, maybe?
Collusion. Yeah, but you also learn that all evidence from them being in the school was burnt after 7 years. So they have no connection with Michael or Shakes and the two boys, John and Tommy.
I was wondering, I was like, how do they not realize that Michael's like on the... I never got that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, all the
Yeah, because
documentation.
the statute of limitations apparently back then was 7 years, and if you stayed out of trouble, or I guess not even in trouble, because the other two started killing when they were teenagers.
Oh yeah. So as soon as they got out, they just started killing. Yeah. So Michael has this plan, and it involves Shakes and their old friend. Oh, I forgot to mention Carol, who dated
the homie hoe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that dated everybody.
Who
and then was mad that didn't date Shakes, or that she didn't date Shakes.
Yeah. So she's a what was it called? She works in
CPS, I think.
No, not CPS.
She
works in...
She's a social worker.
Yeah, social worker.
Thank you. So she's got her own little ways to get information. And then they also recruit King Benny, who they stayed friends with. And King Benny still has his ways, and he's still running Hell's Kitchen. What was it? Sorry. And they come to Bobby, Father Bobby. And they need a lead witness to lie for them. And what better witness to have than a priest? And so he's not very happy about it. Like, he doesn't want to lie under oath, under God. But they open up to him and tell him, well, Shakes does. Shakes tells Carol and Father Bobby exactly what happened at the school, and he just can't have that. So he agrees to lie under oath. And
well, we don't know he agrees because he's not getting back to them at all until the day of.
The day of. But during that whole time, they're convicting all the rest of the guards. I keep saying a lot. My bad.
It's okay. It could be your nickname, like
Hey,
Hey,
I don't like that. Sorry, I got my notes all here. They're so small.
It's okay. So they're prosecuting the other guards, like you were saying, and they bring in that second guard that's like his best friend, and they're talking about how, and he's like, oh, he's a good guy, and he's my best friend, and then they start asking him some serious questions about the school, and that's when he starts to like break and feel guilt. And
so the other officer he's talking about our security guard is Ferguson, and Ferguson states that he is still really good friends with Noakes, and they're best friends or whatever. So, and also he changed his life around, so he was fairly clean, like he had nothing to go off of. But sorry, let me back up. So they hire a lawyer to defend these Tommy and John, and he's a drunk and he's not very good at his job. So King Benny threatens him, tells him, we're basically going to give you what to say on a piece of paper. All you have to do is say it, and then you won't die.
Dude, that part is so funny when he's like looking through his notes and it's just scribbles everywhere.
It's so stressful,
and
dude.
he's like flipping pages, and the other pages just scribbles too, and he's like,
Oh yeah, so Michael is able to like, stand up and like pretend that he's objecting, or he says a word that reminds him of what the lawyer is supposed to say, and then he gets back on track.
That part when Ferguson's having the flashback,
dude,
how uncomfortable. Like, even just I know it's just a movie, but you have to pretend you're blowing a little boy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this movie is a horror movie. Like, I was so uncomfortable because they kept flashing back to the like all kind. They didn't, not just the basement rape scene, but the room rape scenes they didn't show earlier, and it's just a lot of raping little boys. And I was like, this is a horror movie for sure.
Yeah, and Michael's fascinated with Count of Monte Cristo.
Shakes's.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna bring that up too, because like when that one scene where they're in class, and Shakes is one of the only kids to turn in his report, and then he gets the book, and that it doesn't really. You have to really pay attention, I guess, is that sets him on a path to becoming the reporter he became, because he loved doing reports, and it shows that even in those dire times of being in that shit, he was still wanting to do that kind of work, which became his career as an adult.
Forgot to mention that. Yeah, he's a writer. I forget what it was exactly.
He was a reporter for one of the newspapers, but currently he was just the guy who told you what movies were playing.
Yeah, so he didn't have much going, but he was able to like get the information out there, the story. Oh yeah, so they're grilling Ferguson, Noakes' best friend, quote unquote, and he's supposed to be clean, but the lawyer starts asking him, was there any funny stuff going on at the reform school? Did you guys rape the kids? Did you beat the kids? And then he just starts having these flashbacks, and he throws Noakes and several other guards under the bus.
Didn't you mention that he was a youth pastor now too?
No, I didn't. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Jeez. So yeah, he sets that up even further, which is perfect, because they are able to like get their revenge on Noakes, and then now Ferguson, because now he's in trouble because he basically just surrendered himself. And then the other guy, what was his name?
Anderson, I think.
Addison. Yes, Addison, the other guard. He works for the mayor, but he has debt to Rizzo's older brother. Sorry, because he's still gambling or doing some shit. And Rizzo's older brother is a kingpin of his own. Like, he has his own gang.
The drug
And-
trade, I think.
Yeah, which is so perfect for them because King Benny gets to talking to his brother, and he says, "I want his debt. Like, give me his debt." And or was it King's Benny's debt first?
Which he sells to Little Caesar,
Yeah. That was his name.
which is Rizzo's older brother. And then as
Pizza,
he's leaving,
pizza.
he's like, what was that?
Oh, I said pizza.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Little Caesars.
he as he's walking out, he's like, "Why did you do this?" He goes, "My brother died of pneumonia." He goes, "He died, but it wasn't from pneumonia.
Yeah, so you learn that.
He was beaten to death." And then as he just walks out, and so they go find him, executioner style, kill him, and then the other guy who's still a pedophile. Oh no, he was a pedophile. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was the pedophile. I guess they all are, but he was still doing it. That's what the debt was. He was buying boys.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
it's terrible.
And then the other guy, the fourth one, was the one that worked for the mayor. Or he was a police officer,
Yeah, he was a police
a
officer.
dirty cop.
And Shakes. I don't know how he knows this other cop, but he gets in touch with.
The guy in the front seat of that car is King Benny's nephew.
Oh, that's what it is. So he gets in to talking with him and another cop, and he has all this dirt on this dirty cop, aka the guy that raped him in the reform school. And they're able to convict him of a murder that he did back in the day in the alley, I guess, with a gun. And I can't remember how they acquired the gun.
I don't think they say.
Yeah, they got the casings, they got his handprints on it, they got everything. So that there, like, they get everybody that ever touched him convicted or dead, and they get away with John and Tommy becoming innocent. They convince them that they're innocent because Father Bobby decides to get on the stand
And
and
lie.
say that and lie and say he was at a Clippers Boston Celtics game.
Nope. New York Knicks, Boston.
That's what it was. And convinces them that he was there with them with the boys, and he's got his ticket stubs. And Michael is like, "Well, I don't know what to do," like. So they get their sweet revenge. They're not guilty, and they get set free. And that's basically
Pretty
the
much
end of
it,
the
yeah.
movie. But sadly, at the very end, like months later or weeks later, John is found dead.
From
So they-
alcoholism.
Yeah,
Drank himself to death.
they
Then Tommy was
Shot.
murdered execution style. Michael, his character, the Brad Pitt's character, was, I didn't really think about it till just now. Like, it kind of shows like the different traumas it does to a person,
Mhm.
because he was madly in love with Carol as a kid, right? And then he came back and he was different. And he just now doesn't know how to love because of the trauma he went through.
I
So
don't
he
think anyone-
disappears.
Yeah, and she tries to jump on Shakes' dong.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said, homie ho, man.
That's cool though. I love her though. The actress, I forget her name.
She's hot.
Gosh dang it, I forget her name.
I know it's a pretty good movie though. I liked it.
Well, And then they all meet up at the bar,
oh,
have one
before
last,
they die, yeah.
yeah, but have one last
Obviously.
hurrah. And then I think it's implied that the baby that she has is Tommy's,
What?
because they were married. That's
Mhm.
the girl that he never saw was her.
Whoa, you just blew my mind. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so then she ends up being a single mom, even though she wasn't, whatever because he was still doing his thing in the streets, and she names the kid.
Shakes.
It was Michael Thomas.
All of their names put together.
All their names, and then it was Michael Jonathan Thomas,
And their nickname.
and then the nickname was Shakes.
Wow. I never caught that. That's weird. But yeah, Michael, you haven't seen this movie before.
No, I mean, I thought it was good. It's just like, yep, everything's messed up. Like everyone's messed up, and everything's messed up. Like, you having people cheat the system, and they're trying to like. Ever since that Bobby knew those kids, they were no good. Like from
What?
the beginning, yeah, from the beginning they weren't good. They weren't good kids, and then they got
They're
themselves.
kids.
They got themselves in trouble, and then bad things happen, and then they murder a bunch of people, and then they end up murdering that guy, and just one of another murder, and then they set him free, murder some more people, and then they die. A couple, it's yeah, and then
No.
that guy ends up having to lie under oath, break his pact with God, for these troublemakers, which was worth it because I mean they're rapists and they all got put away.
You're a goody two shoe, dude. Like, I think the premise of the movie was like,
Goody two shoe.
the
I've done
loss
so
of
much more
innocence.
bad things than you.
no. So the premise of the movie is like, these kids are being kids. Like they had their innocence, and then it was taken away from them by
And,
these
it,
fucking
and then it
guys.
shows what happens, the
Yeah,
traumas,
Traumas afterwards have these effects.
as much as the '90s can give us, anyways.
Yeah, and that's why they become these killers and drug abusers and alcoholics.
Because they don't know how
The
else to cope.
Yeah,
No,
they
I get
just-
that, but I'm just going on how messed up everything is for the movie. Like all sides is just crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite revenge movies. I'm a sucker for revenge movies. So do you guys want to get into that segment now, or do you want to talk?
Yeah, we could talk about the movie. But
Oh yeah, we gotta mash it.
Or you can ask me what I thought, douche.
yeah.
Nah.
Douche.
All
All right, segment it is then.
No.
Yeah,
What'd
what'd
you
you
think?
think, Travis?
It's really good. I forgot, like, why I wanted to watch it again. I really liked it.
It has everything in there. It's like love, rape.
God. I don't know. I liked it, but I not wishing I seen it sooner, and I probably won't watch it again.
I got you.
I probably won't watch it for like a while either, but I do really like it.
It's one of those movies that I like to show people. Like, have you seen this movie? It's really good,
What's your potato meter?
bro. I'll give it an 80.
80.
80.
I'm going 82.
Oh, I'm going to say
Dang.
probably 70.
Dude, that's still good.
That's so pretty. I mean, it was like everything was written well. I love the narration of the guy through the whole movie. My favorite part was like the beginning. You know, it's like nostalgic, even though I wasn't born in the '60s.
Yeah, it has that like Sandlot and like
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
feel to it.
You and your buds just
Yeah.
running the streets.
Playing stickball. Oh, dude, that part was so funny. That I forgot to mention, Fat Guy.
Oh yeah, fat Cuban or Puerto Rican.
Yeah, and he's just this guy that runs the corner store, the bodega. But he's just like, he's the advice guy. Like, if you look back and like look at everything he said to those kids, it all adds up in the end.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, dude,
He
they would have
knows.
taken his advice. Yeah. And, you're too soft. You got to be hard. You know, like people will jump all over you if you're too soft. Yeah, that's a good character.
So it was about a 76 on the potato meter.
That's good enough. That's a B plus.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
That'll
good.
pass you. It's a C plus, but
Dude, I don't know. I don't use
I don't use alphabet.
Yeah. You saw me struggling with my
Was-
notes.
You're like A, B, C. But
Did we
could
do
move-
the winner of the poll last week?
Yeah, we could do that. It was a blowout, obviously.
That was stupid.
Um,
I think
My movie's destroyed by at least 80%.
Yeah,
what,
a lot.
yeah, like what, 12 votes?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. No, I had like 1,200.
Shut up. We wish.
Yeah, I wish. But thank you guys for voting.
Travis had 1 vote, and it was himself.
Myself. So butthurt.
That was so funny.
Better
That was
movies.
so man, those were great movies.
No, Jurassic Park carried Michael all the way.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it
I was
did.
thinking Bugs Life did, but
No, I think
or
it was Jurassic
Keanu.
Park.
Maybe it was
Jurassic
Keanu.
I don't think it was Keanu.
Probably Planet of
thought-
the Apes.
I talked to somebody, and they're like, I don't know any of your movies. I was like, oh, God.
That's
You
what
gotta watch
happened.
the
One of our
movies.
first ones. It was like I don't remember who it was. It was the horror comedies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew one of your picks. That's why I didn't choose you.
Oh,
Fucking bitch. So mad.
are they listening to this right now?
He will be.
Oh, he.
Nick.
Well-
Son of a bitch.
Whoa. But we could get into our segment of this week on revenge movies.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for this one because there's so many good ones. At first, I was
Dude,
not.
there's too many good ones. I only have a few, but hopefully you guys don't take it, because if you take it, I'm screwed.
Yeah, I could think of like maybe 1 or 2, but
I got like
Yeah.
12.
Well, it's your week, right? You go first.
dude. Okay, so you guys seen Hard Candy?
I haven't.
I was gonna pick it, but I don't know if that's revenge.
That's definitely revenge.
I think that's avenging.
Is that another
The guy never did anything to her.
pedophile movie?
Yeah.
He would've.
No, but so there's no revenge to it. She was just trying to get him, but preemptively.
I'm gonna put it on
Well,
revenge.
tell me about it. What happens?
So, Elliot Page pretends to be a 14-year-old girl
Online.
talking to a 36-year-old man in a chat room, and she is dropping some innuendos on him, and then he's like, "All right, fuck it, she's down, I'm down," and then she ends up just trying to kill him.
She ends up being an older woman, like, and being very capable of defending herself because she knows that he was gonna fucking be a dirtbag and like try to have sex with this little girl.
I guess we'll. Yeah, I mean, we'll count it.
I don't know.
I
I,
mean-
I thought Hard Candy. That's my number 1 pick.
Oh my God, mine is Old Boy.
I've never
Ooh.
seen that.
Oh my God, it's one of my, like, in my top 5 favorite movies all time.
Don't watch the American version, Travis. Watch the Korean version.
Yes,
No, it's probably in subtitles.
it's probably in.
You
Korean.
announced so many good movies. You can't be on this podcast.
I'm
if you
gonna
can't-
pick that for one of my movies one of these days, and you're gonna have to watch it. But Old Boy is my number 1 pick.
That's a really good pick, actually. Damn. All right, Travis.
Ocean's 13.
Oceans.
God, your
Mhm.
list is already so bad.
Dude, those are that's such a good trilogy.
It is a very good trilogy, but yeah,
Like, that's probably my favorite trilogy of all time.
Well, don't forget the
Ooh.
4th.
let's not get into trilogies
No one
right
cares
now,
about
'cause we'll
that.
get into it later. But that is a good trilogy. Roll.
All right. So my number 2 pick is The Revenant.
I was gonna choose that too, but I figured you guys were gonna, so I left it off.
No,
So
I
that-
haven't seen it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, check that
Also
one out.
based off a true story.
Man, that's the only movie that made me cry from a soundtrack. It was so weird. Like the cello
music
and the
just was
violins.
so good.
It was so good, and I was just so in the moment. I was on my bed watching it,
Oh my
like on
God.
this laptop. Are you all right?
There's a storm happening. Do you hear it?
I do.
Yeah, I can actually.
Holy crap.
Don't get struck by lightning.
Oh, I put it in one finger, threw the heart out the other.
The fuck out, dude. Uncle Iroh over here.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's my number.
Number 2 was the rep. I guess I won't ask because I'll probably end up watching that.
Just watch it. It's really good.
That's
My
the
number.
Leo one, right?
Yep.
What?
With the
Leo
bear.
DiCaprio. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 2, another foreign movie, but I Saw the Devil.
Oh, you son of a.
Did you have it?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god, that's another one that's crazy good. It's a I guess it's a pedophile movie too. Dang.
Is it?
I mean,
Yeah.
Gotta get revenge on those pedos, bro.
Yeah, this guy's like a real creep. Like, dude, he plays such a scary creep. But then it's a detective, right, that discovers it or sees it, and he just hunts that guy down. And yeah. Anyway, we'll watch it sometime.
You just have to watch it or watch the trailer.
All right. Well, my second one on par with the movie we just watched and discussed, The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, there you go.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it
I
either.
haven't seen it in a while, but it's one of the first movies I ever went to multiple times in theaters to watch, and I've read the book. It's really good.
Damn. Okay. Mine is. Well, I have to.
Did I take
rearrange
your number
everything.
3?
Yes.
Because we're only doing 3, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, so I have. I'll just say it.
Just say it.
Django Unchained.
That's a good one.
It is a good one. It wasn't even on my list, though.
I left it off because I figured you guys were gonna scoop it up.
That's why I like 3 because there's,
I mean, we could do 4. You guys, none of your movies were on my list.
I can do 4.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
let's do 4. Since we always do. I'm scared. It's going
Go
crazy.
hide under your bed with your cats.
Yeah, actually, she's right here.
I see you're
Brain
moving
to
around.
Pull that out of thin air.
Yeah, she's in the action section. My number 3, since we're doing 4, The Box.
Okay,
Wait, you don't
that's
like
a
it?
revenge. Oh, that's good.
I was like, that's a revenge
I told you
movie.
to watch it.
Yeah, you
God,
did.
I haven't seen half of these movies you're just talking about.
Dude,
God.
it's about like a high school bully. This guy's
Jason
getting revenge on his high school bully in just the wickedest way. It's such a weird.
It's pretty. bad.
Have you seen Gone Girl?
A long time ago.
It's like that kind of.
Oh. All right, well, my next one's John Wick,
Oh yeah,
the first one.
dog, huh?
That's mid.
No, the first one's a
Mid,
great
fam.
movie.
No, I've
The other
only
three are-
I've actually
yeah.
only seen the first one, and it was
Same.
good.
The rest aren't bad. It's just kind of it gets silly.
Fast and Furious treatment.
Not that silly, but
Don't get. That's nuts.
All right, Roy, your last one.
I hate the fact that you just called out all my picks because I was gonna pick Gone Girl.
Oh, were you? That's a
Yeah.
good one though.
It
That's
is
a
really
good, really good movie.
The book is even better, dude. I was so
You
mad at
can't
work.
read.
I listened to audio.
Oh, there you go. Loop.
Yep. I was at work just sanding stuff, and I was just so pissed off. I was just like, fucking sanding so hard. I was like, "You stupid bitch."
Okay, my fourth one is Gladiator.
Good one.
Damn.
Very
Gladiator 2 just got announced.
good. I seen that, but I don't know how I feel about it.
We could talk about it when it comes out.
Yeah.
You got one,
Travis?
Travis?
You guys ever see The Hunt?
The Hunt. I don't think so.
It came out COVID times, but it's about this girl sets up it's like the left versus the right. It's like a political kind of movie,
Hmm.
but like the really rich right invite these people out to hunt them,
Oh, I have seen this.
I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
but then it ends up being this one girl who has beef with both sides, ends up going and like fucking everything up, and everyone dies. Pretty fucking good.
Sounds cool.
It's. I feel like it's more of a whodunit.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's like
So
dark.
it's not a revenge.
No, it's revenge, but it's also a whodunit because there's a twist at the end that you don't see coming.
Yeah,
But what's
it's
the
good.
revenge part? They did it wrong.
Done
Yeah,
good.
it's she like gets framed for something. It's you gotta watch it. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah,
Man,
so
I
we
kind of
got-
want to change one of mine, but I'll
Too
stick
late.
with it. All right, cover your lists.
All right.
Recap.
Sorry.
Oh, he's
You
about
go.
to spit. Okay, I'll go first. My number 1, Old Boy. Number 2, I Saw the Devil. Number 3, The Box. Number 4, Gladiator.
Bro, give me your list. I want that list.
Dude, that's a good list. Just vote for me instead of yourself this time.
I might have to be honest. My number 1 pick is Hard Candy. Number 2, The Revenant. Number 3 is Django Unchained, and then number 4 is Gone Girl.
Get on.
Ocean's 13, Count of Monte Cristo, John Wick, The Hunt.
Oh, sounds like a loser list again.
Yep, I think you're gonna lose again.
You guys don't
But-
even know.
I also on my very close to be on the list is Mean Girls.
What?
Mean Girls is
How's
a
that
revenge
revenge?
movie.
I don't think it's so.
How's
I
it
don't
not?
know.
They bully her and then she gets back at them
No, because she becomes a mean girl.
for a little bit.
Yeah, and she doesn't get revenge on herself.
She gets revenge on the Mean Girls.
She pushes Georgina in front of a bus.
It's a revenge movie.
No, it's not.
And
I
then
would have
my-
gave it to you.
And then my other one is The Foreigner.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
With Jackie Chan.
Jackie. I don't
Those
want
are,
no trouble.
and then Gone Girl was on my list too, but
I had Punisher, the Thomas Jane one,
Good pick.
Face Off, Sweeney Todd,
Ooh, Sweetie Todd.
Murder on the Orient Express.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't
It's a
seen that
whodunit.
Oh,
Who done
And
did it?
Bad Boys for Life,
Oh, Bad Boys for Life.
the new one.
I haven't seen that one either.
Was your secondary picks all taken, Ray?
I didn't really have many secondary picks.
Oh, so
'Cause I didn't think. Because Michael, you surprised me actually. You got good taste. Chef's kiss.
that's why I was like, dude, my list is so sick. I can't wait.
If Travis doesn't watch foreign movies because he can't read, so
No, it's not like that. It's just I don't like to fucking. I want to watch the movie, not look at the bottom of the screen to see what's going on.
I don't
watch more anime.
Yeah, once you watch it,
I hate anime.
once you watch more subtitle movies or shows, it feels when you read it, it feels like you're hearing it. You're hearing their voice in English. It's weird.
Yeah, you just got to get used to it. But you're too old at this point. What are you, 45?
No, 47.
All right.
36, dickheads.
Oh,
And
close.
you guys didn't wish me a happy birthday last pod, assholes.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Yeah, what, you
We
didn't
recorded
wear
on my
your-
birthday.
Wow, you didn't say nothing.
Jeez.
We'll have a birthday pod.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy late birthday. Happy 47th
Oh, is it your
birthday.
pick?
No, we have a special week coming up.
Oh, yeah. The April 9th, next pod will be our very first guest. And we are looking for more guests, and we will have more information on that next episode with the first guest. So if you want to be a guest, listen to that. It'll probably be somewhere in the episode with the rules and stuff to enter to be a guest and what it takes to be on here, which isn't much. Just have Discord and a mic. You don't have to be on video if you don't want to.
Yeah, you probably don't want to though.
And you get to pick your movie, and we'll watch whatever movie you pick.
And we'll talk about it. Better
And
be better than
then-
Travis's movies.
Oh, for sure.
My movies are great.
Please. And it better be under 3 hours.
What?
Dude, this movie was long.
There's only 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, did you
I bet
guys
you-
see that ghost?
Only, and weren't you bitching that my last one was too long and it was 2 hours and 20 minutes?
It was
Yeah,
a
he was.
musical.
Doesn't matter.
It's way too
This
long.
one's
for-
full of rape.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
This one was hard to watch. Not
Not for-
because it was like terrible, but because there's a lot of rape, young rape in it.
More revenge than rape.
But thanks,
Anyway.
guys, for watching another episode of Bad Potatoes.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Tater Tots, for listening to another episode of Bad Potatoes. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify by searching for the Bad Potatoes Pod. You can also find us on Instagram at Bad Potatoes Pod, on Twitter at Bad Potatoes Pod _ and on YouTube at Bad Potatoes Podcast. Please comment, follow, like, and listen, and don't forget to smash potato that like button.